Okay, it's been almost 6 months since I did one of these Bathtub Bulletin videos, so I guess I'm overdue. And you know, by popular demand, I got all of 9 views in the last video I did. So you know, my public is demanding more. So who am I to deny my public? So what I want to do is just make a few political comments about the current state of affairs. It's October 3rd or 4th, I think 3rd. Wait, yeah, October 3rd, 2020. President Trump was just it was just announced that he has been diagnosed as having COVID. And so that's where we are politically at this moment. So it seems like everything is in flux. The last video I did, I shared a vision I had of, well, it wasn't a vision, it was like an experience I had of a breached birth for the Democratic Party, but I think it's kind of a breached birth for America. And a breech birth means everything is coming out back asswards, and that certainly seems to be the case with this this election. So one of the ideas I'm toying with is if you know, Shahid Buttar is running against Nancy Pelosi for congressperson in the 12th district. I think it's the 12th district in San Francisco. And so, you know, if Trump gets knocked out by COVID, or, you know, he gets sick or he dies, then Pence would become president. And, you know, if Pence was exposed to the COVID, and this is all hypothetical and so on, if Pence was knocked out too, then Pelosi would become acting president. So that brings into question, this will all have to happen before November 3rd, but then who would Shahid Buttar, would he still run against Pelosi for the 12th congressional district? I don't know how that would work out. There are so many questions at this point. You know, what if Trump gets knocked out, is the Republican Party going to automatically run Pence, and who's the Republican Party going to run as vice president? The same on the Democratic side. What if Biden contracts COVID? Who's going to take his place? Kamala Harris? Would that automatically be the case? And if so, who makes that decision? These are all parts of the, you know, exposing parts of our antiquated electoral system that has never been exposed so thoroughly before, and that may be, you know, astrologically due to Pluto and Capricorn and all that kind of stuff. But nonetheless, it's something that we have to look at. Oh, the other thing is, if Biden is elected, which I certainly hope is the case, and people say, well, he doesn't support Medicare for all or Green New Deal because his donors, you know, the pharmaceutical companies, the big corporations, they are not in favor of that. So they're not going to let him support Green New Deal or Medicare for all or any number of other progressive causes. But if he's only going to be a one-term president, what the hell difference does it make? Why not? So his donors don't support him. He doesn't need their support anymore anyhow. So there's hope there if Biden is elected. Now, people in politics talk about the left and the right. I prefer to view things as up and down. I think those that are politically motivated by the baser instincts like fear and greed and well, that kind of covers the whole gamut: fear and greed. And I was trying to say it in a nice way, but I can't think of a nice way to say fear and greed. So that's the Republican Party, in my opinion. Fear and greed. Yay, fear and greed. Now what people call the left is really not the left. It's the upper party, those that have evolved to a little more compassion for their fellow human being, and are interested in things like securing Medicare for all, and making sure that there's some greater degree of balance between the haves and the have-nots, that things are fair, that the environment is taken care of. This is not right or left. This is up and down. If you're more concerned about your own life and to hell with the planet, to hell with future generations, then you're coming from the lower level chakras, if you will. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, we all have those lower level chakra urges, some very fun urges, but still, I think it's a mistake to divide people between left and right, because that implies equality of perspective, and I don't think they are equal. I think one is more evolved than the other. So the upper political level is more evolved than the lower political level, and you can probably figure out that I'm talking about what has been called the left is the upper level of political perspective, and the right is the lower level of political perspective, which is basing your political philosophy on fear of the other, fear of the immigrant, fear of losing what you have, and all that kind of thing. Now, this brings me to the main point I wanted to make, which is that, it's very ironic and probably karmic that, I was going to say Thane. Trump has been, Thane is my teacher, my spiritual teacher, and he has since passed on. But Trump, I think it's karmic that, everybody can see that Trump has been poo-pooing COVID since the inception, since it first came out. And although in his interview with whoever that reporter is, Woodward and Bernstein, one of those guys, he indicated that he did understand the serious severity of the COVID, but he didn't want to panic people, is what he said. But probably more accurate is that he didn't want to panic the Wall Street. So it's ironic and karmic that he has been diagnosed with COVID, and and I had some interesting reactions when yesterday when I was doing my daily walk, and I felt really sad that he might die, because that's a real possibility. And then in the next moment, I felt really glad that he might die. Glad that this is kind of Mother Nature saying, I, if I can be Mother Nature for a minute, have a voice in this whole thing, and I'm making my concerns known. Or you could say, if you're more metaphysically minded, the universe is putting in its 2 cents worth. You may want to make this election. You may want to totally upturn the democratic process in this country and throw it out with throw the baby out with the bathwater, or just throw out democracy altogether and turn into some kind of fascist dictatorship. But the universe has something else in mind. So in that sense, I am hopeful that Trump, if he's not willing to dispose of his rigid authoritarian mindset, I hope that it's destroyed for him by COVID. I hope that he does die of COVID, and I know that's not very nice, but I don't think Trump's very nice either. So that's all I wanted to say, and we'll see what kind of reaction that gets. Okay, thanks.